Good morning, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. So in today's video, I am going to be reviewing the seventh short story in Murakami's first person singular. This is the penultimate story. I only have one to go, the one called First Person Singular, and it is weird that it is the shortest one in the collection. It only has about 20 pages. This one, the one I am going to be reviewing today, is called the Yakult Swallows Poetry Collection. It has about 30 pages, and I rated it 2 out of 5 stars. So, in this one, Murakami just came out and mentioned that it's him writing, not a random persona, and I did not think that he would do this because in the previous stories we always assumed that there was a different persona and it was never particularly Murakami speaking, but in this one he explicitly says that he is the one speaking and he mentions his passion for baseball. So this was not interesting and had no touch of magical realism, which I of course was expecting as this was the case with many of the other stories and Murakami's poetry in this short story is rather horrible, and in a way, it can be described as basically prose written vertically. And while I am not against the idea of poetry being written as prose vertically, these poems in particular didn't really have any intrigue to them, and they weren't what I'd call poetry personally. Um, he doesn't even recount anything particularly either cool or absurd, and this just reduced my enjoyment of the story tremendously. And I was quite disappointed by this because it has a very cool title, Yakult Swallows Poetry Collection. You know, you have the baseball team and the poetry collection, and Murakami's source of inspiration in this case, but still, he basically just obsesses over baseball and also brings up the death of his father and how there never really was a proper connection between them. Even though I believe his father lived to about 90 years and there really wasn't a connection between them. He recounts him drinking with his cousins after his father's demise, and it's um, all very much a memoir, basically, memoirist sort of touch. I suppose at its very core, the story is meant to be about hope and supporting the underdog, regardless of the outcome. And he does because he supports the team that basically always loses. And in a way, this might also be self reflective because I think Murakami believes the same way about his own writing, especially when he first started out. I think that Murakami was perhaps not so confident in his writing, he was just getting used to it, and he just needed a couple of people to believe him in order to push him to continue writing and to eventually improve as well. So he does support the underdog in this short story, and it does, I suppose, speak of hope in some way or another. Um, and although not stimulating in the slightest, it is somewhat peripherally at best motivational. So I wouldn't recommend this short story. I basically summed it up for you in this video. Now you don't have to read it. But at the same time, it can be quite sentimental in a way, and the fact that we know Murakami is the one writing it kind of gives it a different touch to the other stories. But anyway, that is all I had to say about the seventh short story in the anthology First Person Singular by Haruki Murakami. If you enjoyed the video, please do let me know in the comment section, and as usual, make sure to subscribe, like, um, share with your friends, watch the rest of my content, and I only have one to go, by the way, one short story left, and I have an anthology um, review planned, by the way, where I will speak of the entire anthology as a whole, and I also have another short story collection um, to read and review by. I'll show you the book right away. This one is by Jeffrey Archer called A Twist in the Tale, so I plan on reading this one next. Short stories are a really good way of getting me to make content when I don't have enough time to read an entire book, so this will be the next short story collection I will read and review on this channel, A Twist in the Tale. If you know anything about Jeffrey Archer, let me know in the comment section as well, whether you'd recommend him to me or not. It's my first book by this author, by the way. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.